welcome back. Today I am going to work on a little plant project. So part of it is going to be repotting and the other part is going to be making a little hanging basket for it. So I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, if you like the planting and outdoors thing, let me know. And maybe I will do some more gardening things in the future. But anyway, let's get into it. For the potting portion of it, these are the supplies you're gonna need. I have some soil here. You're not gonna wanna use just dirt from the ground because that tends to be hard and doesn't have everything in it that you need. So I got that at a greenhouse. And then some gloves. You don't have to use gloves. I just prefer because I don't like getting dirt in my fingernails. And then a pot that your plant can grow into, a little bit larger, as you can see the size difference there. And then obviously your plant. And then I have a can of water as well. Okay, so now we are gonna go ahead and get started with transplanting our plant. That's the first step to this little project. And first I'm just gonna put some dirt in here. I'm not gonna fill it the whole way. I'm gonna leave about that much space on top so I can set this plant right in. So I'm just gonna fill the bottom very lightly. Okay, once the bottom of the pot is filled, I'm gonna take this one and I'm just gonna gently pull it up from the base of the stem. If it doesn't break loose, you can kind of pinch the sides of it like this, just to loosen up the dirt a little bit. You're not gonna hurt the plant. And then just kind of wiggle it out. As long as you're not tearing the roots, you should be fine. So you can see it broke loose for me there. And this is why I want to repot it into a bigger pot. As you can see, the roots are all coiled around. Excuse the loud road. The roots are all coiled around and they just need more space to grow out into. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and kind of massage them a little bit before I put them in. It's okay if some of the smaller roots break at this point. But I'm just gonna kind of massage the roots so they get a little loosened up before we put it into this pot. So once that's finished, I'm just gonna kind of push it into my dirt that I have in there. And then as you can see, there's a lot of empty space. So I'm just gonna take my soil and surround this kind of square root that I have right now. So y'all, part of why I am doing this project today is because I went to the greenhouse and I was getting some seeds for my garden because we are working on getting that started. And I would just highly encourage anyone at any time, but especially, you know, we're still going through quarantine and that can just be really hard, but it's just finding those little things that bring you joy and finding new things that you like to do. So I don't know a whole lot about doing plants. I would do it with my mom a little bit growing up, but it's something that I've always loved. I've dreamt of having a garden and I just don't have the time for it. So when I was going to get seeds for my garden, I decided to buy this pretty little greenery because I had a project in mind for the pot. And there you have it. So yeah, sorry, I'll finish what I was saying. But yeah, just find time to do fun little projects and try fun new projects as ideas come to you. So anyway, we are done with our plant repotting process. And now I'm just gonna wash the dirt and everything and dry this. And then we're gonna go ahead and get into creating a fun little hanger for our new plant. Actually forgot one little thing. I'm gonna go ahead and water this real quick while I'm still outside. Every time you repot something, you just want to water it again, just so it's ready, you know, to grow and everything. So I'm gonna let that settle a little bit and then I will take it inside. Okay, so we are inside and the supplies that you're gonna need to make the hanger for the basket is these scissors. that I had hiding behind over there. Some twine or rope, or you could use yarn. I'm afraid it wouldn't be strong enough, but something like that. Your plant, obviously, nice and clean on the bottom there. And then a hot glue gun. I did try to use super glue before and it was just too messy. So I'm gonna go ahead and use hot glue gun. Okay, so I went ahead and sorted my string that I had cut previously, and I'm just gonna try to give you an idea of what I'm doing here. So I actually did start this project a while ago, that's why they were already cut, but we're just gonna go with it. So for the long pieces, I cut 4 about 8-foot sections. And then all of these little ones, I'm going to glue like this. This is just for a decorative, hot glue them. And then I'm gonna like tie them down here with a little fringe coming out the bottom. So that's the idea. I'm gonna need a lot more of these little strings. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those, and then we'll be on our way. So in order to cut these smaller strings, I'm just gonna pick one that I already had cut. And if you wanna do it, you can just kind of choose whatever length you think you want it to hang down. I'm giving myself a little extra space because I'm planning on tying a knot at the bottom as well. So this one, for your reference, it's gonna be almost 2 foot. I just guessed with the length of it. But then you're gonna line it up with the bottom of your big chunk of twine, or whatever you're using, and then just cut it there at the top. And then I just fold it around and I cut the next one. So that way I'm getting about the same length. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's close enough. So like I said, I have no idea how much of this I need, but we'll start with that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start with putting my long strings on. Just because I wanna make sure that they get in the right spot before I put glue all over my entire pot. I'm gonna go ahead and put the center of these 2 strings, loop them together with the 4 ends here, and then where my loop is, I'm gonna glue this to the very bottom of my pot. That way I know that it's strong enough. So this is my center. I'm just gonna mark that here with my scissors for a second. And then I'm gonna put the glue on the bottom of my pot and then just pull the string up to it. So wish me luck. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it this first time around. Put a nice big dollop there, take the center of my string and push it on to the hot glue. Also onto my hands. I should probably have a drop cloth here or something so I don't get my floor dirty, but oh well. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other strings, my other 2. So I had 4 total of the 8-foot strings. And take my other 2 and do the same exact thing, but just crisscross them on the bottom. So that we're being held up in 4 different sections.
Mark the center with something. You don't have to use the scissors, you can use anything. And then, oops, I lost my center. Okay, there it is. Then I'm just gonna put the glue right on top of the glue that was there before. I put on for this one, for the first one. And, oh, good, I guess you can't really see what I'm doing. Put some glue there, put some glue there, pick up the center of my string, push it in, make sure it's crisscrossing, and then I'm gonna set it down to dry.
So now, as you can see, I have all 4 of my pieces hanging down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of separate them on the bottom. I don't really know how to show you this, but just make sure they come straight out from where they are crisscrossed. I'm actually not even looking at it myself. I'm just kind of feeling which one comes out where. And then calling it good. So, okay, we have a nice little cross going on here. And then I'm going to use my hot glue. I think I'll just do a little dot of hot glue right at the bottom and then a little dot at the top so that we can pull it up like that. Okay, so I have all of them hot glued up on the sides. I'm actually just gonna pull them all up to the top and kind of wad them on top of the plant so they're out of our way. Kind of wondering if I should have waited to pot my plant until I had my pot finished because it's getting destroyed and these little leaves are also in my way, but it's a learning process. Now I'm gonna take all of these little strings that I have and I'm just gonna hot glue them around the edge. I'm gonna glue them up top here like this. And then I'm actually just gonna let them fall down. I'm interested to see if, you know, how it will look if I just tie them without hot gluing the bottom, and maybe we'll hot glue the bottom later, but I'm just gonna go ahead and push them all in along the top row. We are done with the bottom part. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pull my strings up. The ones the long 8-foot ones that we have around the edge. And if we lift the pot up by those, you can see we have a nice little basket looking thing underneath. I'm just gonna take a piece of the rope, the leftover, and tie it around the bottom. All right, so we are here featuring my bathroom because I wasn't sure where else to hang it. But I'm just gonna go ahead, and that's actually the beauty of this, is you can either tie a knot and hang it on a hook, or you could just actually tie it with the strings coming up. But what we're gonna do here is just take, that was a piece that was never glued on, and another one. These got so tangled up when I was doing it that all these little pieces are just falling out now. But okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and find the center of my pot on the bottom. And as you can see, it just, oh, it's so cute. I love it. But yeah, it just kind of creates like a basket kind of look for it. And then I'm gonna take this string around and just tie a tight knot into it. And I think I'll just loop it around and tie it one more time. I hope you had fun making this with me. I had fun doing it, and yeah, we'll see you again sometime. Have a great day. Okay, y'all, if you're gonna be able to see what I'm doing, you're not gonna be able to see my face in this, so enjoy the wind burn. All right, I'm just making sure my head's in this shot. So, Hopefully my hot glue is heating up over here. I don't know what happened to it. There we go. Yeah. Hot in there. Okay, we'll give that stick a little bit of time to heat.